So here is the table of content of our presentation. About our agenda today, we want to talk about some of the challenges we have observed, especially the ones that contributed to inception of this project. And we are going to introduce the core concepts of Kusion and the core workflow of it. Then we'll introduce the best practice with IDP and Kusion in ARM group. And finally, we will showcase a demo video of Kusion server. And I will explain some of the basic concepts in Kusion. And Hoang might introduce the core workflow.
Okay, so let's get started. Oh. Any problem? Okay, so everyone in here know about the demo was filed maybe in 2009. Is the working country was born to better collaboration with the developer and operation, but actually is not the current is not used in the right way in many fields. Like it is still work fine with a small organization, but with bigger it should actually just like ship as much load as possible onto the developer. And now with many tools, squad and tool in the landscape of the cloud native, and many organizations will increase the cloud adoption. We will have to work with many complex tools. Developer will need to understand the complex cloud native tool. From the as you guys can see, it have many cloud native tools if we have to discover. So as I said, with the small organization, maybe 1 to 2 teams, we will have the in each project we will have the 2 teams like the developer and the operation. But but in the large enterprise, every team will have to have the developer team and the operation team. It will make something like we have the conflict position, and so it make us it will have some conflict where it has to it will be really hard to sync with the technology. Each team cannot be have with each other. And with this will be the maybe every developer will become the bottleneck with the developer. So so the platform engineer term who was born, actually what is actually this team do? So it is will build the internal developer platform for their customer. The customer here is every developer in the organization. So developer will focus on their best practice is just coding. They don't have to worry about the underlying, like how to provision the infrastructure, how to deploy the application. They just working on their best job is coding. So the system will help us to do this. Back to Xiaoming, will introduce a little bit about the Kusion. How will Kusion help us to do this job for platform team?
Okay, so actually we are aiming for the platform teams to define what we refer to as a golden path for developers. This service level looks, this might look intricate, but I'll get straight to the main point, which is about separating the concerns. we believe that the application team positioned at the top should focus on aspects that are agnostic to the environment. Typically, this entails that the application team wants to outline what their workload, say like a container or a pod, looks like, along with their dependencies, such as needing a database of a particular version and size, and without worrying about the specific database provisioners. And on the bottom left side, we envision that the platform team should be responsible for certain tasks. They need to establish a standardized workload profile, whether using Kubernetes deployments or custom workloads, along with defining behaviors like image pool policies. Furthermore, the platform team will also set standards for various dependencies like a database, networking, or object storages or gateway. And here comes the Kusion application configuration. The app configuration model serves to unify the workloads along with their associated components required for application deployment. It also incorporates pipeline and operational necessities into a singular, standardized, and infrastructure-independent declarative specification, say like the pipeline block and the dependency block. This specification clearly reflects the user's intent regarding the application, facilitating a streamlined and efficient process for both application delivery and operation with a hybrid environment. And next, we come to the workspace configuration. A workspace is a conceptual framework that corresponds to a specific target environment used for deploying application stacks. In contemporary usage, this typically refers to a Kubernetes cluster, which hosts the application workload, along with an optional cloud, maybe AWS or GCP, account for provisioning the necessary infrastructure resources, such as DB. In addition to serving as a deployment venue, workspaces are structured to be linked with a set of platform configurations, which will apply to all the stacks deployed within that workspace. Okay. So this overview will provide a deeper understanding of the functionality of Kusion modules. We aim to present a simplified explanation of the underlying concepts involved. Kusion modules effectively manage both community resources and some therapeutic resources, translating them into a specification that serves as a middle layer data, which we call as the spec. So this data format encapsulates both resource types. And now it contains Kubernetes and Terraform resources. So platform engineers are going to manage these configurations. Typically, these configurations establish a set of default values. For example, the MySQL module might include a default configuration with a size of maybe 20 gigabytes and an instance class of DB-T3 micro, just show as the right side of the slide. And for specific sectors of applications requiring some customized settings, it is also possible to define overriding configurations. However, this aspect represents a more advanced use case that will not be concerned in the current demonstration.
So thanks, Xiaoming, for the complex architecture. A little bit more easy to get to the workflow of the Fusion. And as you can see, with the platform team, they will work to build the model. Well, what is the simplify of the model here is just about the model to define get the information to provisioning the MySQL database or the monitoring system. So the platform will configure the workspace. The workspace here is about the software environment of your product, like the development environment and production environment. And the application developer will use the app configuration. You just define the basic information of the application, like the image of the application, some environment variable, and some information about the database, and then it will merge it to the system to with the work we will merge with the workspace config to the Kusion engine to to provide to provisioning every infrastructure that the platform team was built in the model, and also deploy the Kubernetes of it. So underline here is just the basic, easy to understand which step will be work for it. So everything will be done with the underlying system. So also the Kusion is also work as the event-driven platform orchestrator, which including in the platform tooling landscape right now. It will use in the main function that's to interact with the resources plan, and it will use to the main function of it actually now is used to provisioning, working with the Kubernetes and provisioning the infrastructure, and also have some feature with the large language model in AI currently right now.
Yes.
That is working on right now, and furthermore, it will have many backend like the many deployment environment next later. And back to Xiaomi.
Okay, and so here is the best practice with Kusion we are running today and Ant Group. So the upper part of the graph, it shows the conventional business application CI/CD pipeline, including the code review, building and publishing the OCI artifacts. And the bottom of this graph just shows a pipeline concerning the configuration codes written in KCL. KCL is another CNCF Sandbox project. It's a domain-specific language for especially for configuration. We wrapped the Kusion CLI inside the pipeline, so we can also integrate the IDP with Kusion Server. On the high level of the configuration pipeline, there are 3 steps just shown in the last slide: coding and preview and deploy. The first step is coding, which includes authoring the app configuration file mentioned earlier, which uses the KCL to declaratively describe the application. And after done the authoring, the second step is to use the Kusion CLI tools to detect the impacted applications and check the compliance. And besides, we can use the Kusion to preview the resource changes if there is any prior to actually shipping the application. You might want to catch any surprises at the stage, especially when shipping to the production. And the final step is to actually ship the application by running Kusion apply with the multi-cloud heterogeneous infrastructures like Kubernetes, AliCloud, AWS, and GCP. So here is a demo video representing a sample workflow of Kusion server to deliver and manage an application. So here we can manage the configurations with the Kusion project and stack. We organize the configuration codes into the concepts of project and stacks. And then we can preview the resource changes. And after the confirmation, we can apply the resource changes. So here we can preview the resource details. And we can create an apply operation. And after it succeeded, we can manage the resource topology with the resource graph. We can see that it has a namespace, a deployment, and a service. And now let's check the app resources, and we can port forward it. And now we can check the app web page. And here is an example to register a new Kusion module. And to instantiate a new workspace. So the workspace will hold the platform configs.
So this is the end of demo. You will, for more information in our community.
And here is the information of our community. As of now, Kusion has over 1,000 stars on GitHub. And we are very excited to have new contributors to join us to build this product. So welcome to join us.
Yeah, Kusion is also the first tool including in the CNCF Sandbox and the platform tooling landscape. Yeah. So thank you for being here to watching it. If you have any question,
please feel free to ask us.